Hello, all. Would you like to know how to give nightmares to your enemy? How to make your enemy feel haunted by you? How to be in your enemy's mind and to sort of control your enemy with your spell casting? It's in this video. Stay tuned because we're going to do a very simple but very effective haunt your enemy spell with Jenny Demonic. Merry meet, and we're back. It's almost fall. We don't know what kind of weather we get every day because let's see, in the past few days it was so cold that I actually turned up the heat in my home, and we're still in August, but we had snow. So that August thing really doesn't matter when you have snow. And now we're going back to like summertime, summer weather. So who knows? But anyways, I hope that wherever you are safe, that you are healthy, and that the weather is nice. I know if you live in the United States, we're experiencing all sorts of weather, very inclement weather in the East Coast. But I am not your weather girl. I am your casting girl. So, but I just wanted to let you know that here it's been crazy weather like. Anyways, today we're going to talk about something that you can do. It's very simple, very, very simple ingredients. Let me show you. And again, you can do this with all the ingredients that I give you, or you can do this with no ingredients that I give you. You can choose what ingredients you can actually afford. So let's say you don't have blackheart oil, or you don't have a Rider-Waite tarot deck in your home. You can still do this. The important thing is that you have a candle. But we're going to talk about all this. And remember, this is a revenge spell. We are now in waning moon. Remember, I told you many, many, many times already, if you are a fan of mine, if you watch the videos on this channel, that we kind of divide the month into moon cycles, right? So we left the waxing moon, we left the full moon. The full moon just happened, folks. So we're now after the full moon, the waning moon cycle. The moon decreases in size, and it's perfect for negative work, for breakup work, for revenge spells. With revenge spells, folks, I need to give you a warning. Actually, let me make a note of it because I have so many things to tell you, but I need to tell you about revenge spells, especially if you decide to do those on your own. There's something you need to know about revenge spells. So stay tuned. First, I need to talk to you about our new product because Hannah will kill me if I don't talk to you about what we have going on our site, given that she spent the whole morning posting everything. We have a big sale on our site on your favorite spells, the one that have helped so many of you all over the world. So you might want to take advantage of those, but we have two new products. One is the I Can't Stand You. And this is a product that I've been wanting to offer folks for at least 6 months. I didn't have a Morphic caster in our coven then. I needed someone that had that type of that does that type of energy work. So I was wary for the longest time to offer something like the I Can't Stand You. The I Can't Stand You is cast on a coven, and it's not done by a person only. And what it does, it's done on a couple. So married couple, couples that are in a relationship, couples that live together. So I've been wanting to offer that to my clients for quite some time because I know the formula. I know, it's an old spell overall, at least the demonic part, but we locked in our coven then when we first talked about it. We didn't have someone that does real energy work the way a morphic caster would do. I mean, you don't necessarily need a morphic caster for this, but the morphic caster is probably to this day the most powerful one that can be added to a coven that does this type of energy work. The I Can't Stand You puts a layer on two people that prevents them from being happy in the same room. So what that does is that when they are in the same room, it is sort of like geographical, but it's space geography. It's not a hot foot that's geographical. It's not geographical like the hot foot, but it's space geography. So whenever these two people come in a room, the I Can't Stand You, the layer of the I Can't Stand You interacts so that these people can't stand each other in that same room, in that same bed. When they sleep, obviously nothing's happening, but in any other scenario, these two will start fighting, and they will start putting themselves in different parts of the home because they cannot stay in the same room. And that's because they have a layer around them that prevents them from doing that peacefully. So I suggest you check it out, because I know quite a few of you who could benefit from a product like that. And it is an energetic product, so don't expect one is going to do all. So you might have to give another dose, give another dose, give another dose. You know the drill, you know how we work. So that is one thing that you might want to consider if you have been trying to interfere on a couple for quite some time. That might be the way to go. Another thing is one that I cast, and I'm going to be having a lot of fun with the back off, but did I say bit? BITCH. And so that one is, I cast that, there's a Hooter part in that, there's a demonic part in it, there is an oil that's put on top of the person, the candle representing the person, and that is geared to get some rival, some person, some female that constantly tries to seduce your man away from your man. In fact, it's the back of BITCH, he's my man. And I know quite a few of you could benefit from that one. I cast that one for 3 nights. I send you pictures or videos as usual. You know that I am very accountable to you. And then I send the rest to Diana, and Diana burns also a mini hot foot spell on it. So great products, 3 weeks casting. I give you pictures. Diana gives you a report. She'll treat it like a hot foot. You don't want to miss that, because if you're trying to get rid of a rival can cause irreversible damage between two people. So if you know that there is someone, a woman, this is geared towards women, I'm sorry guys, that a woman that is really bothering your guy, and you know that in the long run will affect your relationship with that guy, act fast. And that can help you. Now, another thing that I want to tell you is that we're having a special, and we have put some products in with a discount. I think you'll have some time there. We leave it discounted until like the end of August. I'm not sure what date Hannah put in there. I think it's the 30th or the 31st. But there's a Slave of My Love on sale, because though it's a love product, it's a tormenting love product. And as you know, when something is tormenting, like being tranquil or something tormenting, it's usually done in one moon as well. We have the Vouch Curse. If you want some guy not to sleep with a woman anymore, that is for you, and it's on sale now. The Petition to Malphas, some of you still need to go back on the Petition to Malphas, so take advantage of that. The Toxicity Spell is another great product to create toxicity, to make that relationship become toxic. And then we have our new product. So lots of options for this waning moon, and I can't wait to cast for you. Now, I put a note here about the revenge spell because a lot of you want to do revenge spell. But there's a thing with the revenge spell that you need to know. There is a difference between a negative spell, a hurt spell, a cursing spell, or a hex, and a revenge spell. In our books, there is. Why? Whoops. The revenge spell is something that you do onto someone that you feel has done something onto you. Do not do a revenge spell on someone that has done nothing to you. That might actually be something that can come back to you. Might or might not. But I strongly encourage you, strongly recommend that you actually look at the type of spell you want to perform in your own home before you start. And you ask yourself, can I do this? Because a revenge spell is usually done on someone who has wronged you in some ways. If someone has been bad to you, if someone has stolen a man or a woman from you, if someone has caused you to get fired, if someone has caused you grief in your finances, there has to be that in order for the revenge spell to reach the target successfully, that target must have done something to you that you sort of send back, even though it's not a send back. It's a different concept. Again, I'm just teaching here. So if this person has wronged you in some way, then you can do this revenge spell that I'm going to teach you today. If this person has done nothing to you, but you're pissed off at that person for whatever reason, mind you, I don't judge you. You can be pissed off at the whole world. Then you can do a different type of spell, which is a curse or a hex or a doom or whatever else, not a revenge spell. Do you get me? Excuse me. Do you see what I'm saying? Very important. The revenge spell requires that there is an action from that target towards you before, so that then you can reverse this action by seeking revenge spiritually on that target. Does that make sense? So let's say this person has been bad. Typically, the targets of this spell are women. I don't know why, but that's most often the case. You can use all the ingredients that I'm giving you, or you don't have to use all the ingredients that I'm giving you. There is a formula. Even with the formula, you can omit some of the things if you don't want to do the summoning to Satan, the big Lord there. That's okay. You don't have to do it. If you want to do it, I'm going to give you the formula for that too. Let's begin. What do you need for this haunt your enemy spell? I typically, in the traditional formula, all you need is a black candle, period, full stop. You don't even need to engrave the name. Black candle, no oil, light up the candle, say the formula. I'll give you the traditional version of this. You light up this candle, has to be black. You don't have a chime candle, you can go to a Walmart or any store that has a black candle. Make sure that it's black, even inside. Has to be completely black all over. If not, you can go on Amazon and buy chime spell candles for like $7, and they send you a bunch. This is my favorite way of casting quick spells. Very effective. So the traditional formula of this says, get a candle that is black throughout. Folks, I wouldn't bother with a 7 days candle that is black. Don't get glass candles for this one. Just start small. I'm assuming a lot of you who are watching these videos don't cast spells every day. Start small, because you don't know what type of vibrations what type of door of energy you're opening. So start small. Just get a small black candle. That's it. And you can say the formula without the other stuff. So if you want to do the traditional version of this, you get a black candle. You don't need to engrave anything. You don't need to put the oil on anything. And you just light up the candle. And as you light up the candle, say your target is a woman and her name is Jane Doe, because we use Jane Doe for everything. So then you say, don't worry, I'm going to put it right down here. So you say, Jane Doe has haunted me. I shall haunt her. Spirits of darkness, Jane Doe shall be condemned to misery and dark, to hatred and despair. And you say that 6 times, fast. And you light up all the candle and you burn all the candle all the way down. And that's the traditional version of this. Some clients of mine, because I did give this little spell to a few clients of mine on Zoom. They said, can I do this with the feces spell? Sure, you can. You can do this and then the next day start the feces spell in the morning. I also have another question about the feces spell. Somebody, I think, asked me, what if I don't go to the bathroom every day? Sorry, gross. It doesn't have to be every day, folks. It's every time you go to the bathroom. If you're constipated, I'm suggesting you get something for that. If you have the other problem that you go too often, just do it once a day. Yeah, you get me. So moving on. That was the traditional version. You can do it with the feces spell as well. You can do it along with other cursing that I do on this channel. You can even do it while you're burning the St. Alex candle. So check out all the other videos that I made to know what I'm talking about. So again, the traditional version says burn a candle, say that formula that I just recited. It's gonna be down here. And that's it. Now, I like to give it a little more power. And so because I like to give it a little more power, here's what I typically end up doing. First of all, those of you who know me know that I really, really like the aluminum foil. It's not as messy and you can write things. I like to write a star here. You cross this person. You put a crossing condition on this person. A star with the name, you use a black marker, standard, and you draw a star first, and then you put the name on top of the star. And then I like to engrave the name of the person here, Jane Doe. Remember, we're negative spells here, so you go from the top down. So Jane Doe, and then I typically put it in the middle of the star where the name is, right? What I like to do is to use black heart oil. I'm not gonna pour it right now, but usually I just pour black heart oil all over the candle. Just because, as you know, black heart oil is my favorite oil. Then, because I need to make sure that this person has nightmares, I typically like to get the 9 of Swords tarot out. You don't have to put it anywhere, just as long as you keep it here. This is, tarots can give energy to your spell. So whenever you're doing something like that, you can put it here like this. And then Because I am into dark spells, right? So I tend to recite the Satan name before I get into the state. You breathe in, you breathe out slowly, and you start saying Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. And you say that about 100 times. So you get into that state of mind that you need. And while you're doing that, you're not just saying Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. You are also visualizing your target having in your mind everything that you wish this target to have. A good way to visualize that is imagine you're in the room where the target sleeps, because this is a spell that will take away the target's sleep, so the target's not going to be able to sleep. So you're in the room watching how this target tosses and turns in the room, and how he or she is haunted by all these negative thoughts, and how his mind or her mind is going crazy over things, getting up from bed, going to the refrigerator, getting water, going to the bathroom, walking around the house, going outside the home, coming back, trying to go to sleep, getting up. This is all part of your visualization as you chant Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. Don't worry. The person you're chanting to, the entity you're chanting to, knows exactly what to do. So you just visualize everything that you want this person to go through. Otherwise, it's pointless. You're just saying a bunch of words out loud. Once you have said that about 100 times, your candle is already lit up. You will say, the incantation, Jane Doe has haunted me. I shall haunt her. Spirit of darkness, Jane Doe shall be condemned to misery and dark, to hatred and despair. And then I would repeat, Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. Tasa, Reme, Laris, Ave, Satanis. And you keep visualizing. When the candle has burned all the way down, you're going to have to dismiss, right? Because you're calling upon an entity. You don't have to do this, folks, if you're not comfortable. If you are comfortable, you're calling upon an entity. So at the end, when the candle has burned all the way down, you're going to say, thank you. You may go. Palms up. You are dismissed. Remember, it's important to do that, because you are not just doing a spell, you're requesting the help of an external force, so to speak. So be respectful of whoever it is that you're summoning. Let's recap here. This is a very simple spell, but you will be surprised at how many questions a simple spell like this one might generate, that some people might not be comfortable with this. So let's recap here. If you do not want to use the satanic incantation, you don't have to. If you don't want to use black heart oil or the star with the name, you don't have to. Or you can use the black heart oil, the star with the name, and the aluminum oil and the card, and not say the satanic incantation. Anything goes. You are the master of your own casting. But just be clear at the very beginning. Number one, has this person wronged me? Did he or she do something to me that I feel was hurtful? Then I can do this. And if I do this, do I just want to do this in a hoodoo way? Or in which case you stop at this? Or do I want to add the satanic invocation? Am I comfortable with adding the satanic invocation? Do I want to add all these layers when all I need really is a candle and the original invocation? It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're coming here to learn how to do spell casting. I give you different options. And from there, you'll take it wherever you feel it's appropriate for you to get results. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own casting. Now, remember, once you are all done, you're going to wrap it all up, right? Away from you, and dispose it in the trash. If you know that this person lives near you, you might even dispose near their home. If you don't want to dispose it in your own trash, you can go to a crossroad and dump it there. If you live by a cemetery, you can dump it by a cemetery. Many options there. If you have access to cemetery burial, some of you that are watching this are spellcasters, so they know what I'm talking about. You can bury it there. There are many options to this. I leave those up to you. But this is the basic of haunting someone's mind, which is represented by the Nine of Swords. It's a very easy and simple spell to do. But, like all easy and simple spell to do, they can be very, very effective. Remember, what have I told you? It has to be done based on wrongdoing. Don't do this on somebody that did nothing to you. You don't want to be awake for 7 nights and then you go like, oh, that's why it happened. And I also suggest that after this, you cleanse yourself, you take a shower. There's a cleansing video. I keep telling that to my clients. There's a cleansing, what did I do here? There's a cleansing video on our channel. I strongly suggest you do that twice a month, especially if you do this type of work, okay? So remember, there are 2 new products on our site, and they're very powerful, particularly the one geared towards the couple, because it creates a layer of disgust and distance between the 2 of them, and it makes them fight when they're in the same room. So you might want to think about that. We have lots of sales going on for Waning Moon, and we also have the backup BITCH, which I know some of my clients really need something like that because they have some horrible people around them. And with that, I think I told you very much everything. If you have questions about this spell, let me know. This should be pretty easy to do. And again, if you have questions about the feces spell, the feces spell, let me be very clear. That was the previous video. The feces spell, you do it when you go to the bathroom, whenever it is that you go to the bathroom. Obviously, if you are the type of person that cannot go every day and maybe goes every 3 days, first of all, I would say seek medical attention, because it's not a good thing to go every 3 days. But do it whenever you go to the bathroom. If you are the type of person that have the opposite problem, once a day will do. You don't need to do it more than once a day. Am I clear? I hope that people that drop into this channel don't go like, "Whoa, gross, what are they talking about here?" No, if you're just passing through, we discuss magic stuff. Don't worry, it's not always that gross. You can trust us. We're good people. Thank you so much. This is Jen with Jenny Demonic, and I'll see you next time. Bye.